Zippity doo dah, zippity my oh my, wonderful day. Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Comic Collector. It is episode number 123. And today should be a fun episode. We're going to go through the box of DC Comics that I got from auction. I bid on all these individually, but they were all from the same seller. They ended up coming in at basically $1. It was 1.001 was the cost breakdown once I counted up how many issues I ended up with. So if you saw the live stream that I did, the last one to celebrate 200 subscribers, during that live stream I bid on auctions from for Marvel Comics. And it was the same as this auction that I took place in. So if you saw that, you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. Except this was DC Comics. It was the same seller. There's some packages of multi-issues in the same package that were still up for $1. And I get those when I can, if I don't already have them, to offset the cost of the shipping. Because the shipping from this guy's really reasonable. He basically sets out, I think for this lot it was $11. No matter how many books I won, the shipping was $11. And they actually, let me show you here, they actually sent them in a magazine box instead of a comic box. I think because of these Wednesday comics were a little bit wider. And it was just easier for them to send that way. But I'm real happy about that because I needed a magazine box. I've got a few magazines and I've been concerned on how to store them because they don't fit in the comic boxes, and they're just basically laying around flat. So I'm gonna definitely find a use for this box. Anyway, before we get into all the regular comics, let's talk about these Wednesday comics a little bit. So these are, if you saw the live stream, you know what I'm talking about. These are actually newspaper-sized comics that are folded to become basically the size of a regular comic book. And DC did 12 issues of these back in 2009. It was a weekly series, came out at the comic shops every week for $3.99. And they're pretty cool. They're really big, so they're hard to read. And we'll get more into those tomorrow. I'm going to do a spotlight on those. They did do a book of all of them, and apparently the book has everything that was published in the series, but also a couple other stories that didn't make it into the Wednesday comics. So I have 5 of these, and like I said, the covers are all pretty much the same thing, just spotlighting different stories from the artwork inside. But every story is only one page. And the idea was to replicate like the Sunday funnies of old, back in the 30s and 40s. Newspapers were huge. I don't think they were quite this big, because I used to have some Sunday sections from old newspapers, but they were very large. They obviously made this a little bit bigger so that it could be folded to fit into a regular sized, like comic book size. But anyway, we'll get into more of those tomorrow. And so let's get started. It should be fun. We have Super Friends number 33, World's Finest number 210. Superman's losing his face, which is pretty weird. And this is a mix. There's some modern DCs. There's some older DCs. It's just kind of all over the place. Whatever I could get for less than a buck. So Superman 270. The Viking from Valhalla. Justice League of America 222. And that is an empty board. And this is one of those packs where they had a set of 3 comics in there. That's why that board was out of the bag. Secret 7, Flashpoint Secret 7 number 1, number 2, and number 3. So I've got that whole set. Very cool. And then we've got Action Comics #1, which I'd have sworn I had this one, and I did not. I don't know why not. I must have read it online, and just because I keep seeing the cover everywhere that I thought I had it. So let me stand over here a little bit. I'm getting too much glare on that left side there. Action Comics #5 from the New 52, and here is Action Comics 23.3. Apparently, Lex Luthor takes over. I was kind of expecting that to be a lenticular cover, but it's not. So I don't know if they had different versions of the covers. Action Comics #304. That's pretty early, 12 center. Action Comics #305. Oh, wait a minute. So this is 304. This is 305. Why is there no price on the cover? No price on the cover. That's weird. Did they just forget to put it on? Did somebody put a sticker over it? I don't see. I'll have to look into that. That's weird. Don't understand that. All right, $3.69, still 12 cents. Looks like, don't know if that's a Neil Adams cover. It definitely has his influence on it. And here's Action Comics 401. That's definitely a Neil Adams cover. Adventure Comics 361. And Adventure Comics 365. This is actually the first appearance of Shadowlass. And probably some others. Adventures in the DC Universe, #1. Adventures of Superman 531. And All-Star Superman #6. And there's that Crisis on Infinite Earths #1 that I've been bragging about lately. Got that in there. Can't believe I got that for only $1. It's in really nice shape, too. This is better than this looks like better condition than the one I got when I was a kid that I bought off the newsstand. DC Comics Presents #36. And DC Universe Halloween Special #1. This one is from 2009, I think. I can't tell. Oh, I got my glasses right here. Let me put them on for a second. And I still can't tell. Maybe if I zoom in, it will. It focus. Focus. 2008. 2008 it's from. Alrighty. So those will be fun reading this month. It is Halloween month. And here's another Halloween special. This is 2010. That one tells you right nice and big on the cover. That's good. Solomon Grundy in there. And a holiday special. This is from 2010, but it's cover dated 2011. So that's normal for the holiday specials. And JLA, The Century War. An 80-page giant. JLA #59 with the Joker. Justice League of America 121. Adam Strange gets married. JLA #2 from a more recent incarnation. JLA #3 from the same series. And there's a variant cover of #3. This is the Bombshells cover. I believe that's supposed to be Wonder Woman. And here's JLA #8, JLA #9, and Justice League of America #12. And from the original series, Justice League of America 223. And the Last Days of the Justice Society of America Special, number 1. And another issue of Super Friends. This is number 21. And another one, number 22. So those are cool. Those are always fun to pick up. You don't see them too often, especially in good condition. Why are kids' books so much harder to find? And here we got some more Silver Age. Superman number 191, the Go-Go Checks cover. Love the Go-Go Checks. Superman 250. That looks to me to be a Neil Adams cover. Superman 299 with Superman's current rogues gallery there. And here's the Action Comics number 5 from the New 52. I might have already saw that one. I think I bought 2 of those by mistake. Superman Adventures number 1. Superman Family number 165. That's a nice thick issue. And 166. And 172. And 200. And Lois Lane, number 76, in her itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. And here we have Justice League, The Rise of Arsenal, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So that was another one of those multi-packs where we got to chip away at the shipping costs. And here's JLA Created Equal. This is number 1 of 2. So this must be number 1 of, or number 2 of 2. Yep. So we got those. And there's another board just sitting there. So that must have been in a pack also. Last Stand of New Krypton, number 3. Adventures of Superman 425. But wait, there's more. Adventures of Superman 426. In 427. And 428. So I think those 4 Adventures of Superman were also in a pack. Superman 405, 406, 407. So those were probably a pack also. Also, it's interesting to note that the guy that did these, the DC sale and the Marvel sale, he hasn't done it again since then. I've been looking, and after doing like 2 or 3 in a row, he hasn't done any more, so I don't know if he's going to continue with that or not. He probably wasn't making too much money on them. So, Eradicator, number 1, number 2, number 3, and JLA Paradise Lost, number 1 of 3, number 2, and number 3. So that's a whole series. Cool. JLA, The Secret Society of Superheroes, book 1. And that's a nice prestige format. It's got a square bound book there. And there's book 2. And JLA, World Without Grown-Ups, number 1 of 2. And number 2 of 2. And The History of the DC Universe by Wolfman and Perez. This is book number 2. I had these series, but they were damaged in the fire. So that a lot of the pages were stuck together from the water damage and got ripped when I tried pulling them apart and stuff. So I'm happy to get that. That's a really neat series. It's drawn very well by George Perez. And so I still need number 1, but but I have my old beat-up copy. Those are two that I did manage to hold on to because they didn't actually mold and mildew over the years like a lot of the other ones did. They just were damaged from the water. So anyway, Superman for Earth, which appears to be a Prestige format one-shot. And Superman's nemesis, Lex Luthor, number 1 of 4. Hadn't heard of this series. I have a couple different Lex Luthor things, but hadn't heard of this one before. This is number 2, number 3, and number 4. So got that whole series also. Last Stand of New Krypton, number 1 and 2. When we had 3 earlier, so got that whole series also. Superman 321 and 334. Superman Unchained, number 1, director's cut. And there's another backing board. And then this is actually the last bunch from this box. We got Superman 416, The Ghost of Superman's Future. If they only knew. Superman 417. Superman 418. And Justice League Quarterly, number 2. I like those thick books. Oh, and this was a pack. So we got number 2, number 3, and number 4. Awesome. New Adventures of Superboy, 43, and 45, and 46. And I think that's the last one. These are just backing boards, yep. So that was it. That was a fun box. I enjoyed getting that box. I missed out on a lot of the older ones that I had bid on, but I got quite a few of them. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We drop a new video every day at noon. And tomorrow we'll be taking a closer look at those Wednesday comics. So yeah, tune in for that. And thanks for watching. Have a zippity-doo-dah day.